Hey there, student leaders. My name is Michael King. My pronouns are he, him, his, and I'm based in New York City, New York. My career, when I started out working after college, was working with college students, and I worked with them in environments to promote their leadership development and their learning. Following the global pandemic, I pivoted to work at a mental health nonprofit. Our focus at that mental health nonprofit is to prevent suicide among United States teens and young adults, and also to promote their mental health and emotional well-being on campus. I'm also a PhD student right now in global leadership studies, and so I'm very excited to join you all, to engage in this work together, and to learn alongside you as we take in these discussions. So the focus of this week's course materials is mental health, if you haven't guessed it. In your applications to the Global Student Leadership Summit, you identified mental health as a critical issue for global leaders. And I'm here to tell you, you are absolutely right. Globally, mental health has emerged as an important topic over the past few years. And this rise has been intensified by global events like the COVID-19 pandemic. And the conversation around mental health has really been elevated by the way that social media has connected folks from across the globe to talk about these issues. Also identified other critical issues in your applications. These include financial stability, the sustainability of our planet, the rise and proliferation of artificial intelligence or AI, and inclusion and representation. These are incredible issues, and I think as you engage in the material, you'll find that they connect and overlap with one another. But this week, the course materials are specifically related to mental health. I do want to share that an important facet to the conversation surrounding mental health globally is the idea that there are really large variations in the cultural attitudes surrounding mental health and surrounding this topic around the globe. Different nations are in different places, and within those nations, there are intergenerational differences in attitude as it relates to mental health. So, as you take in the course materials, as you take in the TED Talk, as you read the article, I'd like you to reflect. How does my own cultural lens impact my understanding of this issue? How does the place where I was raised and the messages that I've received impact my attitude as I take in this topic? I'd also like you to think about, what can I learn? What might I gain? What knowledge might be useful to me as I make my way forward as a global leader? First, I'd like to introduce the TED Talk. The TED Talk that we'll be taking in together features the British writer and journalist Johann Hari. And in this TED Talk, he really hopes to explore the rise of depression and anxiety in our world. Where is that coming from? He's exploring the possibility that perhaps these are signs that we are people with unmet needs. So as you're listening to this, I would like to challenge you to ask yourself, what ideas is he sharing? How might these ideas be useful to me as a global leader who's contending with this critical issue on my journey? And what ideas might I challenge? What ideas seem like they need more exploration, or they may not be completely resolved? In addition, I'd like to introduce our article. This article comes from Inside Higher Ed, and it's entitled Getting a Grip on the Student Mental Health Crisis. Specifically, the article shares data surrounding the mental health of college students in the United States. So as you read this, I'd like you to ask yourself, as a leader, what story does this data tell about right now? As a leader, what can I do with this information? Where do we go from here? Be thinking about these things, and in all your course materials, think about your experience, think about the lens that you bring to this conversation. Really think about, how will I apply this as I move forward into the world? I'm really looking forward to seeing you all in Geneva and digging into these topics together. Take care of yourself. Enjoy this week's content.